Everybody hold tight for the Sahuagin. These are shark people. We have a wonderful fucked up little fish man. They are mutated creatures, and they are very, very, very weird indeed.
I mean, I can tell they're mutated by the web feet.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, here's the thing. Before you continue, I gotta say, I watched Guillermo del Toro movie, so I have to smash here.
Yeah, with Shape of Water in it. They have a sort of deity worshipping cast, and the only ones who are allowed to channel the god's power are the female Sahuagin.
I do love a girl boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very heavy girl boss attitudes going on here. Priestesses hold tremendous sway in Sahuagin communities. They are ruled by males only, massive mutant males, but the priestesses hold tremendous power as well.
Oh, smash. They can overpower me any day.
They really fucking hate sea elves. It says, so intense is Sahuagin hatred for the aquatic elves that the sea devils have adapted to combat their ancient foes. If you are near to an aquatic elf community and you're a Sahuagin and you're born there, you will enter the world as a Melenti, a Sahuagin that physically resembles an aquatic elf in every way. No one knows why this happens. Sahuagin are prone to mutation, so that they think it might be related to that. And they use them as spies and assassins and things like that against the elves, but they really, really fucking hate elves. No reason is given in the monster manual for why they fucking hate elves, but they hate them.
Rude.
I also think they're neat, and I'm sure Crawford himself loves them as he loves a disastrous fish man.
I'm going to preface my yes, I did watch and love The Shape of Water. However, I have continual beef against Sahuagins because they fuck up every time I play Final Fantasy 1. They just endless goddamn torrent of the fuckers whenever I try and go anywhere near water. I'm like, nah, fuck off.
Wow. Not even for a D&D problem that you've had. This is for a problem in a separate game that is ripping off Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. So close enough. Good enough. Fuck them.
For me, I am a smash, actually, yeah. Partly Shape of Water reasons. Partly something I haven't mentioned, they can telepathically speak with sharks, and I just think that's neat.
This was a unanimous smash.
Goggles is a pass.
I'm ignoring Goggles' opinion. Goggles is wrong.
Oh, no, you're right to do that, yeah. In fact, we should do that more often and just start declaring things as unanimous passes. No,
it's not a democracy anymore.
No, exactly. Okay. Unanimous smash. The Sahuagin can get it. Well done, everyone.
But I'm so glad you were on our side, Goggles.
Wait. I find it actually really funny that Goggles said pass. Given from what we heard about Goggles' Final Fantasy games, he's already been fucked by them.
Not even in a good way. I didn't appreciate that one.
Maybe you're feeling a bit too wet and a bit too lizardy about this. Would you like perhaps something that's not wet, but is lizardy? Introducing the Salamander. I'm going to have to go back to my notes. I prepped this for the last Smash or Pass we did, so it's been a long time. I don't know why I've written the words Ifrits are like Rupert Murdoch to them. And I need to now check my notes to find out what the fuck I was talking about.
Okay, this might be funny if I knew who the fuck Rupert Murdoch was.
He's the head of Fox News. He created Fox, the Australian guy who owns Fox. And
a bunch of other newspapers and such.
Oh, no, yeah, okay.
Do you remember your joke yet?
Yep. The Ifrit essentially enslaved the Salamanders a long time ago in the fabled city of Brass. So what they then did was use them to unleash war and destruction across the plains. Salamanders despise the Azers, who are kind of like fire elemental dwarves. We've done them before. Salamanders believe that if the Ifrit had succeeded in dominating the Azers instead of the Salamanders, that the Salamanders would still be free. The Ifrit used this enmity to their own advantage, stoking the hatred between the two of them in order to keep them from rising up against themselves. So my point about Ifrits like Rupert Murdoch to them is actually correct.
Take a look at this.
It's a deep fucking cut, man.
Jesus Christ.
I was on something when I wrote that, and I don't know what it was.
Was it drugs? It could be drugs.
It may well have been.
Ha
As for them being probably a dom, they adore power, they delight in setting fire to things. That last bit is not necessarily making you a dom, but it was just the other half of the sentence. Very hard. I mean, look at the art as well. This is actually, I think, pretty good art. Like, for it being the old version, I like this.
Oh, absolutely.
I really like what's going on with the massive moustache sort of vibe that's turning into flames. That's nice.
That is very nice. You know what? Give me a fire resistance potion. or a fire resistant spell, and I smash. Very snake-like. Love it.
You would smash. I've got to remind you that resistance only halves damage you take, so it is going to hurt.
That's fine. A little bit of pain never hurt anybody.
I just want to make
Well,
sure
it did,
you know
but
this.
But also, pain can be pleasure.
On the design, I'm kind of half and half on it, but the fact that they're Fox News watchers.
That is a downside. Yeah, I like the design. I think that's neat. But yeah, they seem to have a really shit personality.
It's fine. I can fuck out of them.
can you? Luke, you can't fix everything.
You absolutely can.
Luke
I
is
mean-
firmly in that I can and will fix them camp.
Yes. Don't even do things by half measures.
Yeah, that's why
That's
I'm trying
my
to fuck a
penis.
salamander.
To put a descriptive angle on how hot they are, when they fight, their weapons glow red and sear the bodies of their enemies on contact. Their inherent heat is an asset to salamanders' skills as smiths, allowing them to soften and shape iron and steel with their bare hands.
So perfect for a Canadian
that's,
winter. Smash.
Blacksmithing and metalsmithing is hot. Smash.
Essentially, they'll also make my weapon red. Got it.
Yes.
Red briefly before it blisters and chars. Yeah,
Crumbles to ash.
Fine.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Nick, what was your
That's
answer?
fine.
My answer is smash. I mean, what's that Snussy doing? I gotta know. Beautiful design. Beautiful design. I'm sorry, Iris. It's just a guy. But at least it's just a guy who is just traditionally really horny. Let's go over to the Satyr.
Iris storms out in a blind rage because it's just a guy.
Yeah, I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, it's just a guy. There is an obvious answer here.
Hot. Yeah, I know. Like, look at that beard.
Asking me if I want to smash a satyr, it's like asking me if I want to smash the hot person who lives next door. Of course.
There are no femme satyrs. They all, it says, resemble stout male humans with the furry lower bodies and cloven hooves of goats.
Well, there's always time for us to change that.
I did have to change my answer.
This is the issue here. You mentioned fourth bullet point goads you into making bad decisions. I feel like it's working its magic already because I'm going to smash it. I feel like it's a bad decision.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Iris, we can always just force feed the satyr.
You could.
The issue is I can't bring myself to smash someone from an entire people who look like nothing but middle-aged dads.
First of all, important note, dudes rock. And secondly, this dude in particular rocks.
You know the thing about me.
True. Basically, it's always Oktoberfest in the forest for the satyrs. They're drinking nonstop and then fucking nonstop. And that is literally what it says in the book. I mean, it doesn't use those exact words because that would be weird, but
That sounds like a good decision rather than bad decisions.
I feel like I could rule over satyr kind by introducing them to NASCAR.
Jesus.
they're doing the pre-game. They never even get in. Collapsed, passed out in the parking lot.
Yeah, concern number 2 is how often is he going to be playing that goddamn flute when we're trying to smash?
Always, constantly.
Comes with the soundtrack.
I keep imagining, like, you know, that thing where people put the harmonica in their mouths and, like, you hit them with a stick and it hurts and they make the noise. This is what I'm picturing, but fucking.
Oh my god, like a dog chew toy.
I'm gonna have to pass because I just keep thinking about the harmonica
It
thing.
did sound like a turtle having sex. It's a smash for me. I mean, I'm just reading things like satyrs allow no festivity to pass them by. They'll partake in any holiday they've ever heard of. This is
Oh,
cool.
it's exhausting.
But also, when you're around them, they make you want to party. Just naturally by being near them, you're like, hell yeah, let's go.
Nick,
Yeah.
I'm not an
Extrovert.
extrovert.
No, but they'll make you an extrovert. If you were smashing a satyr, you'd actually enjoy going to a party, provided you were near enough to them at all times.
Nick, I don't believe you, and I will put a gun in my mouth.
It's what it says on the fucking stab log. I got nothing else. Okay.
But yeah,
The book is wrong.
but there are some men that I do like, but they have to be very feminine men.
Fair enough.
And the satyrs do not hit that mark for me. Either that or they have to be like so monstrous that it's more monster than man. I'm looking at you, Ganon, in his final form.
This comes with a poem, one of the few Monster Manual entries that comes with a poem, called The Sonnet of a Naughty Satyr.
Excellent. Just what we needed.
Who would like to hear it?
You have to do a dramatic reading of
A
this.
dramatic okay.
Yeah, from right in your fucking chest.
Oh boy.
Twixt day and night, the spirits goad me on. They pine for ages past when hearts were pure. Against all reason now they seem unsure. They laugh and scream between mine ears anon. Now fill my cup not once, not twice, but thrice. With flag's brim upon my lips I dance. Let unseen pixies toss their gowns askance, while I, the carnal king, indulge my vice. With folded bows the treants take their leave, as merry damsels' corsets come undone. My song doth stir them like a summer breeze. They fill mine empty cup without reprieve. The sun becomes the moon, becomes the sun, and I while away the hours as I please.
Well, that's it. I've been
Nice.
swayed by that incredible performance. It's a smash now.
I am smash. I am smash on this. Like I'm not into the presentation going on here, but I'm sure I can get like a Manscaped subscription going on or something and just shave this. And then we're good. Bag on head.
Are you going to be the one shaving him?
Yeah.
And now let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, Manscaped.
No, we are not sponsored by anyone. They refuse to engage with the content I put out for some reason.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to go for this.
Why?
Manscaped, sponsor us. We will talk about shaving balls all day.
All day.
All day, every day. Join a stream, shaving balls. Exit stream, shaving balls.
You got to do it. Should we go for someone femme presenting for a little bit?
Yes, please.
Yes. Pellet cleanser.
Hell yeah. Let's go to the Sea Hag.
Hell yeah.
Smash.
Hell yeah.
Immediate smash. You don't even have to sell me on this one.
I paused in silence because I knew that was all that we needed.
I'm sorry. ExxonMobil board member?
Love spreading oil. Really just filling the oceans with crude oil.
I'll go the other way around. I'll fill her with crude oil. Like crude oil.
It's one of those commercials of like somebody washing a duck with Dawn, but it's just the sea hag.
Yeah. The monster manual doesn't think this is a beautiful woman because of the paragraph titled Ugly Inside and Out.
Wow, misogynist.
Thanks, Gary. Sea hags are by far the ugliest of all hags, with slimy scales covering their pallid skin. A sea hag's hair resembles seaweed and covers her emaciated body, and her glassy eyes seem as lifeless as a doll's. Although a sea hag can hide her true form under a veil of illusion, the hag is cursed to forever appear ugly. Her illusory form appears haggard at best.
Still would.
Still would,
They keep giving these women unreasonable beauty standards. She's fine the way she is.
right?
Exactly.
I think she's lovely.
I'm starting to think that Gary Gygax just hated women.
I have a quote for you from Gary Gygax then that might confirm that.
Oh,
This should be great.
Wow, okay, it's in my search history. Gary Gygax, misogynist.
Okay, everybody, welcome to our favorite segment, Gary Gygax's Guide to Sexism.
As a biological determinist, I am positive that most females do not play RPGs because of a difference in brain function. They can play as well as males, but they do not achieve the same sense of satisfaction from playing.
he's dead, right?
Biological
dead.
determinist?
Good.
Oh, he is dead, don't worry. He has been
He's
dead for a
biologically
while.
determined to be dead.
I mean, if he wasn't, he was about to be.
He's a biological determinist and biological essentialist.
Yikes.
Yeah, he's awful.
What a time.
Yay.
In another forum post, he goes, damn right, I consider myself a sexist. So, yeah. To be clear, he wasn't, it was a different time bad. He was bad for the time.
I really wonder why women didn't enjoy playing his game with their -2 strength stat and their charisma being replaced with seduction as a stat.
I have a further quote that I'm going to put in the group chat because I don't feel comfortable reading it out loud.
Why, Nick? We didn't need this.
Shit.
This is why I've not been like
Jesus.
hiding away from putting up graphics like the Gary Gygax Guide to Sexism on the videos and all that. I haven't been like, oh no, what if he sues or what if the estate sues? I don't fucking care. He was a sexist.
He's a fucking vile shit.
He was a fucking awful man.
He a self-admitted one as well, so you know.
Yeah. The legacy of this hobby is that an incredibly bad person made some good mechanics. I'm very glad it's not in his hands anymore. As for things the Sea Hag can do that I personally find really cool as Dungeon Master, but is again not great. You know that sort of horror movie trope where a character will go towards someone who's not looking at the camera, they're facing away from it, and they're not moving, and they're being just unusually quiet and all that, and they put a hand on them and they suddenly turn around, and it's like this terrifying face, this terrifying expression that they can do specifically in their ability stat block.
Very nice.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And if they do that, it can potentially kill you. Just
Even better.
straight up kill you. It's
Nice.
amazing. I love that as a DM. Don't think about the implications societally of what they were intending when they made this.
Hey, I have an idea. What if we wrote a side quest that involved just going to Gary Gygax's grave and pissing on it?
Someone must
We
have
can
by
bring
now.
the sea hag with us.
Someone must have
I would
by
not be
now.
surprised.
Yeah, I hope so.
We can put her in a little aquarium so she doesn't get too dry.
They also have things like regional effects because they're quite actually a powerful monster. They're not a high so-called challenge rating monster. There's CR2, so you can actually meet one of these really low level, but they have effects on the environment, which is relatively rare. Normally things like dragons will have regional effects, but hags do as well. So a region within 1 mile of a grandmother sea hag will have effects like dead fish popping up in the water and things like that. Most surfaces are covered by a thin film of slime, which is slick and sticks to anything that touches it. Currents and tides are exceptionally strong and treacherous, and the shores are littered with dead, rotting fish. So that is just, I love those sections because it just gives you some prompts as to what you can sort of do with the area and have a little bit of like foreshadowing. But yeah, the hag, I think, gorgeous. I'm a smash, right? Like we've certainly had more controversial smashes, and we are going on to, in fact, a more controversial smash. This one's missing a lower half. So over to the Shadow Demon. There's one here that when I wrote it several months ago, I even then thought it was a stretch, and now I've got to work out what it is.
I like that you leave notes for yourself in your own slides and that we get to enjoy.
What the fuck was I talking about?
Maybe the only thing that gets them to orgasm is their nipples. I don't know.
I don't think it has nipples.
They do be looking like a PS2 model right there with no nips.
I should have gotten rid of my nips. That would have been fun. Best cosplay ever. No legs, no nipples. Sweet.
Oh my god, okay, I've worked out what it is, and it is a stretch. What was I talking about?
Oh boy.
When a demon's body is destroyed, but the fiend is prevented from reforming in the abyss, its essence sometimes take on this form, the Shadow Demon. The orgasm denial isn't demonic, it's demonic orgasm space denial.
Yeah.
You didn't make that any better.
No, I didn't.
Nick, were you writing this at like 3 in the fucking morning or something?
It has been prevented from reforming in the abyss when it dies. All demons, when they die, they don't actually die. They just reappear in the abyss. If they're prevented somehow,
So we've just been edging the demon.
then their soul stays behind, essentially.
We're edging the
Okay.
soul. I see. That's better.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look at this from a practical, mechanical point of view. There is nothing on the lower half that's even worth mentioning
I've heard that a lot.
because there is no lower half. First of all, it makes those horns completely useless because, yeah, you can grab onto them, but what end? Perhaps it gives good head, not with those teeth it doesn't.
I was going to say, what do you mean to what end? You hold them and then you hold the head to your crotch. What are you talking about? That's what the horns
Not
are.
with those teeth.
But we don't know what tongue that thing has.
That's true. We are lacking a tongue. On the other hand, you cut those nails. That is like a 2-foot long finger right there. Like, that is,
Yeah, you are getting finger banged into oblivion by this thing.
yeah.
Certainly do a prostate check on me.
See, what I'm wondering is, can it metaphysically edge me the way it's been edged? Has it learned? Does it know?
It has the original demon's sort of consciousness, so it does know. Also, by the way, those claws, they don't slash at you so much as they slash at your memories. It drinks your doubts as well, so...
Ooh, I've got a few that I could be happy to get rid of.
Ooh.
Yeah, therapy demons just sitting
I
there,
was gonna say,
helping you
like
be
therapy
confident. in yourself.
demon.
What you're saying is that they can give me an orgasm so good that I forget what I was doing with my day.
And also just improving your self-esteem while doing it.
Eternal
Okay,
sunshine
fine.
me all day long.
Oh no, you can't be doing that. No. No eternal sunshine. They cannot go in the light.
What happens if they go in the light?
They got light sensitivity. They fucking hate it.
I mean, I'm light sensitive too. I burn easy. I got fair skin. I get it.
Yeah. I think these are neat. We've got 3 smashes so far. Goggles, what about you?
Oh, yeah, no. As soon as I saw it, my brain just went, hey, it's me, the devil. And I could just
God
have the
fucking damn it, not
entirety
again.
of the... I cannot take it seriously.
I am in 2 minds. On the one thing, I don't know if this one's equipped to give me much pleasure. On the other hand, those nostrils look big enough.
Dude, you could get the
That's what I
greatest
was
hand
saying
job in the
earlier.
world.
It's true.
Nostrils, though.
No, here's the problem. You see, the greatest hand job in the world, it's about a self-esteem thing. With fingers that big, it's going to look smaller than it normally does.
Not if you close your eyes. You keep
I'm sorry,
you
no,
keep
no,
saying
no,
you
no,
want to
no.
fuck its nose. How
Close
small
your
is your dick if you can
No,
fuck
no,
its
no, no, no.
nostril?
I'm sorry. You say you're the greatest hand job in the world. No, it would only be a tribute.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm closer to 50-50 on it, but I am veering towards a pass. You know, that's still 3 versus 2. This is still a smash, a unanimous smash, as we say. We've already had Lamau Weed. It's time for Lamau Weed.
Again?
As we go to the Shambling Mound. This is a Harkness Says failure.
See, this right here, this is a smashable monster.
I want the biography of the person that's being consumed presently.
It's not long, the biography of the person being consumed presently. They're having a rough time. They are an adventurer.
I don't think he's being consumed. I think he's just kind of being held there.
Nope.
Just a cozy snuggle.
I'll tell you this, absolutely not. Definitely dying. Currently being sort of constricted.
Dying and consumed is a different statement.
Not in this case. You know, like a pitcher plant?
Oh.
Yeah.
We're getting vored slowly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Eat me like a pitcher plant.
Shambling Mounds are faced by most D&D parties eventually. They're a relatively low-level, big hulking creature, so they're a really good scary thing to throw at low-level characters. And they have one big surprise to them that players always fall afoul of. They heal when they are struck by lightning.
Yeah, I think I've done that.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, really? What? Why? Why? And the why is essentially a Frankenstein sort of situation.
Wait, so what you're saying is that they're into electro play?
Yeah, they're into electro play. Hell yeah.
Smash.
So they can constantly be virgins.
Luke, what the fuck are you talking about?
Use electric on them, they heal.
That's,
Back at it again.
no, that's not a thing.
Are you talking about their hymen? Luke, where your brain went,
Yes.
you have sex with them, they get struck by lightning, and then their hymen is restored.
And thus their
Yes.
virginity.
Provided they were a virgin before.
Luke, buddy.
Not how virginity works.
Luke?
That's the weirdest. Friend.
Buddy, Linux has not done good to your mental space. I think we need to put you on an Apple machine, which I don't recommend for most people, but just to force you to be as normy as possible for a few days.
Ew.
All I'm saying is we need to put Luke on the newest version of Windows 11 for like a month.
Yeah, you've got Copilot like reconfirming your biases constantly. You log onto the computer and you're like, should I post about Shambling Mound hymens? And it's like, of course.
I think what we actually need is to put Luke in a giant paint can and then put the paint can in a paint can shaker and then just shake it for like 45 minutes and then see if he comes
That
out
might fix it.
smooth.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure that Luke is now trying to create something for the Shambling Mound born-again virgin community.
I'm surprised nobody said, how about we just chuck him in the Shambling Mound and let him get it?
This can't be something you'll like, Luke.
Okay,
You're not supposed to derive pleasure from whatever weird Shambling Mound hymen cult you were building.
smash a pass, Nick.
Smash apart. Yeah, let's move on from Luke about to dive into a shambling mound with a car battery. I'm a pass. 1, it stinks. 2, it's got kind of dog energy. And 3, just... This is like Sam Raimi's favorite monster, and I'm like, no, thank you.
See, what I've concluded from this is that we can't leave Luke alone with a greenhouse, a bathtub, and a toaster.
Should we go to a more normal creature? Not just a dude, though, Iris. Fear not. You know what we haven't had in a while, though? We haven't had a dragon. Let's get a dragon out.
Ooh, well, I smoked the dragon.
The silver dragon.
Called it. I know how the alphabet works.
Yeah, you did it. Well done, Iris. The silver dragon is a good dragon. It's a metallic dragon. They're friendly and sociable dragons. They are also kind of like weirdly obsessed with humanoids. They adopt a humanoid persona and pretend to be humanoids and try to make friends with humanoids because they love them. So this is like every American going to Japan and not really learning the language, but just assuming they'll get on well. But they are, you know, they're good-natured. They love history and things like that. So their hoard is history and historical documents and things like that. that, and they love the stories of people, and they will preserve the stories of heroes for all time. They will just make sure they will always be remembered.
Lightning McQueen is a hero. Smash. I'm the hero, Lightning McQueen. They can smash me.
Does the silver dragon look at us the way we look at puppies?
A little bit. It's not quite so patronizing, I would say. They think that there is a great deal of honor in doing what you can with the limited time you have. And as silver dragons live for a long time, they go, oh, humanoids only last for like 60, 70 years, and yet they do all of this. Isn't that incredible?
I can't believe you think I'm patronizing towards puppies.
Oh, I am absolutely patronizing towards puppies.
I'm not going to pass on the dragon. It has to be a smash.
Oh no, this
Bang
dragon is
dragon.
gorgeous.
Yeah. This, in particular, also some really nice art on this one. I don't know what's quite going on with the wing. I don't know. It just seems a little small for the rest of the wing it's supporting, but whatever. But the art in general is really nice. I like the lustre.
Indeed. I'm
It's
gonna
very
hit
pretty.
smash.
All I can say is that I would give this thing a new appreciation for humans it didn't know it had.
No, that's fair. That is fair.
Ooh, I like that.
I like how we've not even covered the always has the aircon on too low.
That's fine. That's what duvets are for.
I like the room cold. This is perfect for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. A blisteringly cold wind always blows through the lair of a silver dragon.
It's fine. I'm naturally a warm person. They can hug me.
I'm a smash as well, by the way.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they'll be warming me up when I'm impaled on them.
Hey, there
Warmed
we
up
go.
from the inside.
Hell yeah. Shall we go on to the next one then? That was a pretty quick one. I mean, it was pretty easy. Soren was like, hell yeah.
The suckers for a dragon.
The next one I think is a bit more challenging. I think one of us is going to be pro bare minimum. The rest of us may not agree just because it's a bit sharp, a bit like jagged, not that pleasant, you know, texturally. But we're going to go over to the skeleton. I haven't got a lot to say about the skeleton, I'm afraid.
Fucking ass.
Rose in caps, pass. Incredible.
Wow! Fucking rude!
For those watching at home, because this will make final edit pass, Rose's goggles partner, whose art you're currently seeing on the skeleton art. Now, and having said that, I've now forced myself to put that on the final VOD art, which I have to recreate.
Nick, you keep making your own gimmicks and then wondering why you have so much work to do.
I know.
Just be less funny.
It's impossible. I've just realized there's a gimmick on the next one as well. It's going to fucking break the whole layout. Oh, fuck's sake.
I do have to say that there are some details you left out about the skeleton.
There is not much in the monster manual about the skeleton art. I'm doing my best.
The skeleton is really into cosplay. It could dress up as Dr. Robotnik, a Dialtown character, Link, Mario.
From a dungeon master point of view, there is a really funny thing you can do with a skeleton that I think your players won't expect, and that is skeletons can't speak, but they understand all languages that they spoke in life. So if you throw a load of skeletons in a dark dungeon corridor and then the players start talking to each other, well, your skeletons now know what the players' plans are. I've put this as hardness test failed. Their intelligence is high enough to pass the hardness test, and they can't speak, but they do understand languages, and therefore, you know, can gesture and things like that. But they are obedient servants raised and bound to the will of the creator. So I'm going with failed, but you know, maybe a natural skeleton that has been formed without someone being risen from the dead by you know, a wizard or something. Maybe they're not bound to the will of their creator and they might have free will.
I thought the whole point was the Riz, Nick.
I don't think there's anyone who's playing a game of D&D who goes, oh fuck, not skeletons. Oh, I hate fighting skeletons. Everyone loves it. It's thematically great fun to be going down a dungeon and then there's clattering bones coming towards you. It's just awesome.
Look,
I do love a good
Clattering
bone.
We
bones.
love it. We love bones.
Skeletons are classic. They're the only enemy where you can consistently grab the arm of one of them and beat the other one to death with little effort.
Exactly.
Hey, baby, I'll let you clatter my bones any day.
They're kind of a pinch problem for me. I think logistically speaking, I worry that there's going to be some pinching going on, but I'm sure we can work something out here.
Yeah, we're fine.
We can just put a nice outfit on most of the
Exactly.
skeleton.
I mean, you could get like a grapefruit, right? And then stick it in a part of the pelvis.
This is the thing, Nick. It doesn't take. There are many options. We can get a strap-on for this thing. We can get a fleshlight for this thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot for a second that there would be something more usable than a grapefruit.
A grapefruit. You're like, oh yes, the most acidic thing in the world. I think I'll rub it against my urethra.
My mind went back to the grapefruit technique, okay? It is never that far from the technique.
You need to be stopped from reading Cosmo.
Editor Nick, put a clip of the grapefruit technique on right now.
Not again. Twice.
Editor Nick, disregard that last request.
Editor Nick, put your dick in a grapefruit and find out how fast you change your mind.
I'm not going to do that.
Do it.
I've got much better
Coward.
things to put my dick in.
There we go. I was waiting for you to get there.
It looks like we're all a smash for the skeleton. I'm a smash as well. I think this will.